Donald Trump and Ron Desantis meeting at a golf course in Florida over the weekend for the first time since Desantis dropped out of the presidential race. Trump posting after the meeting that DeSantis is supporting him for president enthusiastically. Trump also saying the meeting was, quote, great. But let's remember, here's what Trump said about DeSantis, well, back in January.
You can't vote for the sanctimonious, but he's only at 4% or 5%. What the hell happened to him, by the way? Man, did he go down? Ron DeSanctimonious.
And here's what DeSantis said about Trump.
You can be the most worthless Republican in America, but if you kiss the ring, he'll say you're wonderful.
Ooh, and I want to bring in CNN political commentator and Republican strategist from Michael Singleton. Also here is CNN contributor and New York Times journalist and podcast host Lulu Garcia Navarro. Glad to have both of you here. Well, you giggled first, Sir Michael. So I'm going to you first. Why is DeSantis kissing the ring now? Does he want to be called wonderful?
You know, I think Republicans are looking at Biden and they smell blood. They think the president's weak. Republicans who several months ago believed that Donald Trump didn't have a shot are now. And Lulu, I see the face, but I'm being honest.
I'm just going to give you the face.
I think a lot of Republicans, those who are now saying, you know what, we're going to support him. A lot of the donors who a couple of months ago were saying, you know what, we're just going to watch and let the process play out, are now saying, wait a minute here. We think Biden is weak because of a plethora of issues, the economy, immigration, young voters, etc. Let's go ahead and back Trump because Trump might actually be able to pull off a victory.
They said that before. It's one of the reasons that he was running, because he thought that Biden was weak. He presumed he'd be the candidate and the incumbent. Why do you think he's doing this now? Is he thinking he's actually be a VP pick?
Oh, God.
So, yeah, let me just give you the face. First of all, I'm a Floridian. It's my governor, so let me just say this. First of all, he's kissing the ring because he wants to remain in the Republican Party. And so, that is the Republican nominee. And he was playing hard to get. He was always going to come home to MAGA. There was never any doubt that that was going to happen. There was a bitter contest, and he wanted to play hard to get. And he's finally come home, and they've apparently patched it up according to Donald Trump. Also, Donald Trump needs Florida. I mean, notice that Ron DeSantis isn't the one that made this announcement. It was Donald Trump, and it was them having this meeting, and it was all kind of, this is all being kind of made as a public relations tour. Donald Trump needs Florida, and Ron DeSantis needs Donald Trump.
But Lulu, is it not fair to say that President Biden is struggling?
Okay, but I don't think this has anything to do with
I disagree with that. I disagree with that. I mean, I think we can all say that, sure, Republicans want to stick with the party by supporting the former president because they want those voters. But I also think Republicans are aware of the electoral realities here. And the electoral realities are, several months ago, most people would say Joe Biden's going to win this thing by a landslide. Most people are not saying that today. And I think Republicans are looking at that data. They're looking at what people are saying and saying, wait a minute here, maybe we should go ahead and, I guess, kiss the ring, if you will, because we might pull this off.
That ever said that Joe Biden was going to win by a landslide?
Oh, Lulu, there were a lot of people saying that.
Very, very closely divided. This is a country in which this election was always going to be very contested. And at no point did anyone think that it was going to be handed to Biden.
A lot of my Democratic friends thought that, Lulu. A lot of them were saying, oh, there's no way you guys are going to win with Donald Trump. President Biden is going to win this thing by a landslide. Well, that doesn't appear to be the case today.
I think DeSantis is making a political calculation. Donald Trump is making a political calculation. And, and what's so joyous about this is seeing those comments that you played where you could actually see what they think of each other.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. I wouldn't have had a kumbaya prediction with golf clubs present for the two of them. I just felt like they were a little bit, I don't know, it was just my interpretation.
I don't think DeSantis is a very good golfer.
That would probably be his favor if he was not good. You don't want to necessarily lose the person you need to kiss the ring of. But let me ask you, one person who was in Mar-a-Lago a lot was Carrie Lake, right? And she was vying for the governorship in Arizona. And now, of course, she's a Senate candidate. And a source telling the Post that Trump's complained that she is spending too much time at Mar-a-Lago and has soured on her in many ways. And Lake has responded now just a few hours ago saying, quote, my friendship with the greatest president in American history has never been stronger. So it seems like DeSantis is back in the good graces, but she seems to be out.
But notice how interesting. So it was Donald Trump who said that now they've made up with DeSantis, but it is Carrie Lake who's having to say that she's made up with Trump, whereas Trump has not said anything about this. So this to me says one thing is true, And the other thing is not true. I am not convinced that Carrie Lake is in Donald Trump's good graces.
Yeah, but let's be honest. Carrie Lake doesn't bring anything to Donald Trump. She brings nothing to the table. Ron Desantis, to Lulu's point, is governor of a very popular state, a state where Republican leaning, but also DeSantis can also help Donald Trump on the campaign trail. There are a lot of conservative Republicans who aren't necessarily excited about voting for Trump in November. And someone like Ron DeSantis could be persuadable to some of those individuals. Carrie Lake is someone who's failed multiple times running for office. A lot of Republicans are sick of her. They're ready for her to move on. That's not the case with DeSantis.
I don't care what you guys say. She brings the best lighting in the business.
That's true.
She's got great lighting. We should help Trump. I don't know. That lighting, I don't know if it's a ring light. I don't know what it is, but it's there. Shermichael, Lulu, both, thank you so much. And thank you all for watching.